to follow the Black Stars. There are friends of mine who booked tickets, flew all the way to France to make it to watch that game. What are the thoughts? Let us have them. Let's have these conversations together right here on the Joy Sports link on Joy 99.7 FM. And have you noticed something? Well, Kumasi Asante Kotoko versus Accra Hearts Vogue. Part 1 of the biggest game in the Ghana Premier League comes off tomorrow. But this game and its aftermath has sort of sunk it. How do we revive it? We've got some 24 hours to go for that very big kickoff. Well, how do we go about all of this in that big game? It's the Super Clash Part 1 of the Ghana Premier League as well. We'll be talking about that in a bit. But right now, let's have your thoughts on WhatsApp and let's get the show going. I'll be introducing my guest to you in a little bit. Let's take some messages, and after that, we get the action going here on the Joy Sports link. My name is Nathaniel Attoh, and I'm ably supported by the rest of the Joy Sports team. And you can just click on our sports pages on all of our social media handles. It's at Joy Sports GH on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Let's do a proper analysis of what we saw yesterday. Who are the names? Who are the discoveries? Who are the disappointments? And who do we expect to make that final new look 11 that we're wanting to see at the FIFA World Cup based on what we saw yesterday? Your thoughts are very much welcome. Remember, it's 055-11-11-997. 055-11-11-997. If you're outside Ghana, you know what to do already. Prefix with +233, so it'll be +233 55-11-11-997. This is the Joy Sports link here on Joy 99.7 FM. Welcome to the show.
I play all my games with the king, cause I be king. The odds are better when you play with the king. For this town, now we there hunting.
Play like a king. Register and bet now to enjoy boosted odds on big games, fast cash out, and up to 1,000 Ghana cedis daily with our Kingmaker jackpot or 125 Ghana cedis with our Duke jackpot. Register and bet with betking.com.gh and stand a chance to win like a king. Terms and conditions apply. That feeling, that's Bet King. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, not for persons below the age of 18. Bet responsibly. Gaming can be addictive.
Oktoberfest is here again. Yes. Ghana's premier 5-star hotel, Labadi Beach Hotel, brings you another exciting edition of the biggest beer festival in the world, Oktoberfest 2022. Performing live is the Bayern Boys Band from Germany. Catch all the fun with German traditional food and beer at the plush Labadi Beach Hotel from the 7th to the 9th of October 2022. For reservations and enquiries, call 0302-772-501 or 054-443-1213. Oktoberfest Beer Festival. Come, let's party.
I just want to remind you that it's Saturday. We're here on the Joy Sports Link. My name is Nathaniel Attoh, and there are interesting things to share with you aside the big subjects that we're discussing this afternoon. Get on our Facebook wall and just, send the link to a friend to send it to another friend. Because the main conversation is right here. I'm excited because of this jackpot situation. You want to know about that? Well, the virtual Kingmaker jackpot is what I'm talking about. And with the virtual Kingmaker jackpot, Ghanaian players can claim up to 1,000 Ghana cedis every week, while the virtual Duke jackpot offers a daily prize of 125 Ghana cedis. All you have to do is to place a bet on any of BetKing's virtual league games. Follow the Investors Ahimfie on Telegram to receive daily odds and promotions. BetKing, that feeling. Let me also remind you of something very important as we build up to the FIFA World Cup. So with a series of innovations to suit once every 4 years football fan, the Kia Seltos is highly capable of driving you confidently to wherever inspiration takes you. And this year, we will take you to Qatar. All you need to do is just purchase any Kia and get the chance to win 1 out of 10 full package trips to the FIFA World Cup 2022. What kind of fan you are, there's a Kia for you. Visit any Rana Motors showroom in Accra, Tema, Spintex Road, Takoradi, or just call 0249 111 444 for more information. Supported by Adidas, Coca-Cola, Qatar Airways, Caveman, and is also running on the NLA Caritas lottery platform. Applying Kia, movement that inspires. International and now coach who just wrapped up a long stint of duty as a development coach of the Right to Dream Academy. Laye Kingston will be joining us virtually as he's on some assignments up north. Also, we'll be taking the thoughts of our regular analyst and in-house pundit, Coach Osman Seidu. We'll also be taking the thoughts of some friends of mine that I watched the game with yesterday. They would actually be starting off all of this before we get into the main reactions by Coach Otto Addo. George Addo Jr. is our man on the ground. He's been covering the Black Stars over the last few days, and he's got thoughts from the reactions from inside the camp, and you can only get it right here on your superstation Joy 99.7 FM. So thank you all very much for staying with us here on the show. So I'm going to go straight into the set of messages that these fans had. And like I said, I watched this game, somewhere in East Legon with some friends of mine. It was something very intentional because what we always like to do here on the Joy Sports Link is to make sure that we're reaching out to you who always listen to us and make us relevant so that we gauge into your thoughts. There are so many, different angles to the conversations about the Black Stars and their performance, the decisions that are taken, and what really gets them to tick. So I know that you've got loads and loads of thoughts. I'll be getting on our WhatsApp platform very shortly, and I'll be getting some of the thoughts from some of you out there, our friends who have been following the Black Stars, following some of the individual players who are making up this unit, and what you saw of them yesterday, what was exposed, the kinds of opportunities that we saw out of this 3-0 result as well. So thank you very much. Be my guest as we go through this till the top of the hour, 2 p.m. Thank you very much for joining us on the Joy Sports Link. Welcome to the show, and we begin with a conversation with my friends. All right, so we just viewed the game at Efes in East Legon, and I joined a couple of friends to watch the game. Look, 90 minutes of action, what do you think?
I feel the boys have quite a long way to go. It's 2 months to the World Cup, and the show has not been an impressive show. To be fair, they played pretty well in the second half, but I mean it's too late for some kind of mistakes they made at this point in time. Yeah. Yep.
You got hope for the campaign?
Well, not really. I mean, like I said, it's just 2 months to the World Cup, and with the show they pulled up.
There are a couple of people here who argued that when we started the second half, with the introduction of the new faces and all of that, we played a more stable game. Doesn't that still give you hope?
Well, I mean, it's results we are looking for. They played a good game, and the first 15 minutes in the second half, and it looks like the Brazilians took the show back. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's not something to take home.
Great. Let's hear your thoughts as well. I mean, what do you think? 3 goals down, not exactly a surprising scoreline. Where do we go from here?
I mean, like you said, it's not too surprising. We are talking about Brazil. These are people that can win the World Cup. And so I feel like 2 months to go, we can do some work. We might not win, we might not go too far, but we'll do something. We'll impress, we'll be good enough for our people.
Suggesting that we're going to, drop out of the group stages because of what you've seen here tonight?
I mean, I don't think we'll drop out of the group stages, but I also don't expect too much from them. I don't expect semi-final, or I wouldn't be shocked. Probably maybe a round of 16 exits.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. What do you think as well? I mean, look, Brazil, the last time we met them on the competitive level at the FIFA World Cup, it was a similar scoreline.
Yeah, for me, I think it's not bad. You could see that the guys really tried their best. But the first half, actually, I didn't watch the first half, but the second half, when I came, I could see that the game really changed a bit. So, not too bad. I think we will do better. Just that I don't know why the coach decided to, keep a lot of, these new players on bench to the last minute. Okay, I thought you could have even started with them for the first half because you are playing with Brazil and they have all their squad. So we could have just started with the players, these new guys, new faces, so that we try them. But most of them came in late, and by that time you're already down 3-0, and you are playing with Brazil, not any other team, So I think it's not bad. We have the squad, and I remember in 2010 when we played Netherlands, they scored about 4 or something, and this gave us, some kind of. It really compelled us to work hard. So I think this will help us to work hard and improve on the game and make sure. I mean, maybe semi-finals we can get there if we really build our confidence. So that's what I can say.
All right. Thank you very much. There was a lot of criticism during the first half of the game. There were those who thought that we shouldn't have had certain players in the first half. And some of you were even justified by the kind of stability you saw in the second half.
Well, I think that is very right. I can understand why we had a lineup in the first half, and maybe the formation that we played. We had those old guards that took us this far. So maybe the coach and the technical team, showed them the respect to start them in the first half. It didn't go well, and that exposed the weaknesses with the old team. I should say, second half, they did the right thing. They made the changes. Not only changes in personnel, but in formation. The 3-5-2 suits are better. Salisu stabilized the back. I mean, he made the other central defensive partners, Amate and Jiku, more comfortable. And, it allowed us to move forward, quite freely. That partly explains why we did much better in the second half. So the second half has shown us the way. Going forward, I think a few players like Dede and even Jordan, don't really deserve to start. Maybe they can come on later in the game. For me, in the second half, if a player like Kamadi had been kept on in the second half, we would have seen the real quality in him. I was also disappointed in the fact that a player like Osman Bukhari didn't get a game to play. But there are a few games ahead against Nicaragua, and others, you will have a chance and to prove to show his quality. So I think on the basis of the second half, there's so much hope. There's so much hope. Yeah.
Do you agree? Also, those are the thoughts of some friends of mine that I had to watch the game with yesterday. "25 minutes to the top of the hour, 1 p.m. here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM. Let me just remind you once again that with virtual Kingmaker jackpot, Ghanaian players can claim up to 1,000 Ghana cedis every week. Did you hear that? 1,000 Ghana cedis every week. While the virtual Duke jackpot offers a daily prize of 125 Ghana cedis. Have you started taking your calculators? Have you started doing the math? So, all you need to do is to place a bet on any of BetKing's virtual league games. Yes, it's BetKing's virtual league games. Follow the Investors Ahimfie on Telegram to receive daily odds and promotions. BetKing, that feeling. Talk about feelings. What kind of feeling do you get right now? Okay, so let's start off the conversations on phone and would go over to Kojo Adai-Mensah. Kojo Adai-Mensah is an investment banker, CEO of DataBank, and a seasoned football columnist and pundit. Now, I'm going to take his thoughts on what he thinks after seeing that performance that the Black Stars put up against Brazil. Remember, after that, we're going to go all the way to France, where the Black Stars are getting themselves ready for the next phase of qualification. We'll be going virtual again, and we'll be speaking to ex-Ghana international and now coach Laye Kingston. He will be doing a technical analysis together with Coach Osman Seidu, who's the vice chairman of the Greater Accra Coaches Association. He is a seasoned scout as well. He's here with me in studio. And so you also join the conversation. Remember, it's 055-1111-997. Kojo, thank you very much for your time.
Nat, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. I was beginning to get worried whether I was your friend or I was not your friend, because I was like, hey, now Matt says, I'm going to talk to a few of my friends. I was like, oh, okay, then I'm going to be up very soon. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'm not. But now I know I'm your friend. I'm very proud to be your friend.
You're my big brother. You're my friend. You are family.
But that's a cracking team you are putting together. And when you speak to Laye, tell Laye that, Charlie, Benin try a bonny afin or tie. A pay me still. Meaning try a bonny afin or tie. But you haven't paid me so.
Charlie, but you've cut off. Laye is having a good laugh on Zoom right now. You know,
is he hearing me?
Charlie, Laye, good to hear from you. He says that he gave you lessons in putting on flying ties.
Yeah, Kojo, Charlie, thanks so much, man.
Oh, you are the greatest Ghanaian player who never played at the World Cup. I keep telling you. You are the greatest who never played at the World Cup.
I will appear there in a different way.
In a different style.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
In a different style.
Yeah, but
anyway, let's come back to you.
Yeah, before we come back to you, Laye looked very good in that flying tie on the Super Sport punditry for the Africa Cup of Nations. We have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie, so you did a good job. But the guy,
not
there, we
fair.
need to
Kojo not fair.
Is the guy correct?
The guy is not correct. Yeah, no, the guy is not correct, but I'll forgive you for that. Don't worry.
Okay, then correct me.
Minchon le boni afionle.
Afionle. Okay. Minchon le boni afionle.
That's right. That's right. Kojo, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
It's another. Like Kingston, Charlie, the whole, Anyele, Ghana's best number 7.
Great stuff. Definitely.
Yeah.
Could you go ahead? I mean, you watched the game yesterday.
Yes, I did. Okay, you know what? I will set my own question and answer it. All right. The reason why I want to set my own question and answer it is that I think Otoado got it spot on, 110% spot on. I don't know how many people will agree or disagree with me. You know what? Do you realize that his starting lineup had none of the new players who had been brought into the team? Do you realize that?
Yes, I did.
5 of them.
But why should that be surprising? I mean,
listen. He wanted to tell Ghanaians that, or even he wanted to bring harmony in the camp. Maybe Lyle will give us more insight because look, there may have been players there who will say, Charlie, but coach, look, football, I'm not a footballer, but I think I know it. Because I mean, what you qualify, be an nation, Brazil, Kemini, and watch. But the coach, ya bobo in the do Brazil pedi, or see on Pese, and he said, okay, no problem. Go and play. Go and play. Did you see the results? The monkey, the work baboon, the chop. They say monkey 0, Brazil 3. Baboon 0, Brazil 0. Do you realize what was happening in camp? Do we realize one of your friends who talked said, oh, they think that now it's time for the day to start from the... Look, people are afraid to talk. Me, I'll talk. I don't have anything. I don't owe anybody. We need to drop them. The 2 boys need to be dropped. They are bench players now. They have done their bit for Ghana. But the pace at which you are playing and the level at which you are playing and the scientific level we are playing, Lion will tell you, look at all the set pieces. We couldn't defend. Salisu came. Okay, I agree. Brazil took their foot off the pedal. No doubt. I believe strongly that Brazil took their foot off the pedal. But Salisu coming in, we could see the stability. Tariq, we could see the confidence. Inaki, we could see the skirmishes. Today is our captain. I won't take it away from him. But he's now a 40-minute player. That's the reality. Those are my initial comments. So I think Otoado got it spot on. He started the first half rewarding the players who qualified for the World Cup. And then in the second half, I think he ended the game with a team he would like to start the World Cup with. Nicaragua is ranked 100 and something, 190 something. I mean, come on. That's not a game.
No, but Kojo, in recent competitive or on recent competitive platforms, we have learned that lesson in a better way, trying to talk about teams and how badly ranked they are and how they cannot pose a problem for us. We know of the stories, the recent stories of lessons learned from nations. So maybe we have to be extra careful.
The last Nations Cup, yes, fine. Hello.
So I'm saying maybe we have to be careful in even saying Nicaragua.
We don't have to underrate anybody. I mean, Hungary beat Germany yesterday. Who would have thought?
Exactly.
Yeah. Was it Uzbekistan or something beat Cameroon? Who would have thought? Yes, I agree. But come on, well, it's Nicaragua. Come on, guys. A team that has qualified for the World Cup, Ghana. It's called Ghana. Come on. We can't go into the Tuesday game thinking that we are still underdogs. Against Brazil, we are underdogs. We accept. We lost. I mean, I wasn't expecting us to win the game. Our best was going to be a low-scoring loss or a draw. I mean, yeah. But I think we gave a creditable performance. And I'm telling you, Otado's statistics are not good. He's played 5 or 6 matches. He's lost 2. He's won only 1. So statistically, he's not good. But I think he knew what he was doing yesterday, and that gives me confidence. He knew what he was doing, and I'm glad.
Interesting.
There's no doubt in my mind that Otto knew what he was doing, and now against Nicaragua, if he benches some players, Ghanaians will keep quiet. I think so. I just wish he could try another goalkeeper. I don't know what's happening in that department. I mean, Wallacott, not bad too much, but the first goal, I think Wallacott should have controlled his area. It is his area. There were 3 defenders, yes, but it is his area. He should have commanded the area. I wish he can try somebody else. Just try.
Abdul-Manaf?
Fori or Manaf. Let's try somebody else and let's see what that department has to offer. But now we've seen the back. We've seen what's going on. I think we know who should be playing at the back. Without a doubt in my mind, I think Salisu should be there. Gideon Mensah should be there. Without a doubt, Jiku should be there. I mean, Pate, I don't know what happened, but he should walk into the team any day. Pate should be in the team any day. Inaki should be there. Kudu should be deployed up front. The role he gave him, and maybe Lai will confirm or otherwise, but he gave Kudus a role on Neymar. Do you realize that Kudus was on Neymar throughout the whole game?
Very true.
Frustrated Neymar 90 minutes. That role is not Kudus' role. Kudus should be going forward. That role is Jordan's role. Jordan plays that role in Crystal Palace. When he comes to Black Star, he'll be like, but if Jordan will be disciplined and play that role, we should put Jordan on a Neymar and release Kudus behind Inaki to score. Charlie, I'm not a technical man. I haven't played football before, but as a fan, that's what I see.
Great.
That's what I see.
Great. The technical people are here. We'll let them handle the rest
I'll
of it.
listen to them.
Very well. Very well.
I'll listen to them. I'll listen.
Kojo, thank you. Thank you. It's always great to have your perspective on these conversations.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I couldn't come to the studio, but
no problem.
Your show is the best.
Thank you.
You're the best. Georgia Jr., give him my thumbs up for.
Definitely.
Give him thumbs up for me.
Definitely.
Lie here. Boss, you guys.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much. Kojo Adai-Mensah is an investment banker, MD of Data Bank, and also a seasoned football columnist, as well as a pundit. He's brought his perspective to the conversation. Now, we're going to take the thoughts of Coach Laie Kingston in a little bit. Coach Osman Seidu is also here. Would ask about the roles and how well some of the players performed in these roles, and whether these arguments about whether we should keep some of them in their respective roles will hold water at all. Let's take this message, and after that, we'll take a listen to Coach Laie Kingston.
I play all my games with the king, cause I be king. The odds are better when you play with the king. For this town, now we there on team.
Play like a king. Register and bet now to enjoy boosted odds on big games, fast cash out, and up to 1,000 Ghana cedis daily with our Kingmaker jackpot, or 125 Ghana cedis with our Duke jackpot. Register and bet with betking.com.gh and stand a chance to win like a king. Terms and conditions apply. That feeling, that's Bet King. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, not for persons below the age of 18. Bet responsibly. Gaming can be addictive.
Joy 99.7 FM.
A conversation off air, but that one is for off air. Coach, yeah, Laie is on. Laie, thank you so much. He is on some exploits up north, trying to look for the next generation of great players. It's great to have you on the show once again. Look, you were a man on the technical analysis bit when Euro 2020 was played, and you brought a lot of rich experience to the conversations. Look, there are those who say that they agree with how Otto Addo went about the game yesterday because he knew what he was doing to give him a fair idea. From where you sat, what did you see happening from the blast of the whistle?
Thank you very much, Nathaniel Attoh, for the opportunity. And then very good afternoon to all the listeners listening to us now. For me, I think yesterday's game, a lot of Ghanaians were excited to see Ghana playing against Brazil, and also newcomers that are coming to have their debut. A lot of people are excited to see them donning the Black Stars shirt as well. For what my analysis on yesterday's game, especially from the picking of players, Otwado's selection, I agree with Kojo that whatever he said about Otwado getting it spot on about his selection is true. The reason why I would say that is it's true that he have players already that they've played most of the games. So he's starting with the players that have been there already. I think it was spot on. It was spot on. When you look at the way the Black Stars started the game, it was like they were giving the Brazilians so much respect. Yeah. For me, that's what cost us. When you look at the starting of the game, they were trying to sit back, wait for them. But when they wait for them and they gain the ball, they get the ball, I don't see people going forward, running forward to go and threaten the Brazilians.
Exactly.
So playing against a team that are very good on the ball, that have world-class players, that can punish any other team any day, you have to take the game to them. Which for me, I think they did not. The Black Stars did not take the game to the Brazilians. Of course, then again, Otwado get it right again in the second half. First half, he realized the back four is not helping us. He came into the second half with a different formation, which beginning of the game, a lot of Ghanaians are saying that we have to go for a back three because of the type of players that we have. The inclusion of Salisu, Jiku and Daniel Amate have done very well together. Salisu now playing very well in the Premiership. Sunderland Southampton doing very well with them. So it will be very good to see all three of them. And you can see that when he introduced Salisu to the team, he stabilized the back. Now we have solid back five if we are defending our box. So it makes it difficult for the Brazilians to be able to penetrate that they were doing in the first half. In the first half, we were defending in our box with 4-1-4-1, which makes us vulnerable on the sides of our holding midfielder. It makes it very, very difficult for him to slide and go and put pressure on Paqueta, and then Neymar, who they were picking the pocket spaces. They were picking the pocket spaces to get the ball off the center backs and the midfielders to turn and then play through passes to the attackers. Makes it very difficult for us with our defensive shape. But in the second half, we have back five, and then we have two holding players, Kudus Mohamed and then Idris Baba sitting in front of them. Then again, if we are able to intercept the ball from the Brazilians, we need numbers in front. Iñaki Williams came on and he gave us a lot of positive on the right side. He went in, if you can see few occasions, he gets in only the day you make the run in the box. In our final third, we need at least 4 players or at least 3 players making runs in the box, like Brazil did in the first half or throughout the game. In Ghana's perspective, they get to the final third. Iñaki Williams, 2 players on, whip early crossing behind, but there was no one there. 2-3 occasions he did that. We need numbers in the box. For me, I think Jordan was dropping too much in that formation. He drops too much to come and help the defensive. But when we are going up front, we are expecting him to make runs in the box. That's how we can also threaten the Brazilians. So when you ask me, I will say, as a technical person, I will say, in the choosing players to start, I think Ochoado did well. He don't want to make players feel bad because he played with this set of players and he believes they can get something. Also, the inclusion of new players, I think, is a boost. They have experience. They've played football to the highest level. They are playing in an elite environment, top leagues in the world. So their inclusion is a plus to Ghanaians. All of them that came in the second half, I think they did very well. But we need players to play a better role in set formation.
Well, if you just joined us, we're here on the Joy Sports Link doing a full analysis of what we saw yesterday as the Black Stars of Ghana played the Seleção of Brazil. Looking forward to preparing well with these 3 limited games for the Mundial in Qatar. Online is Coach Lai Kingston, and in studio is Coach Osman Seidu. And we're going to be picking your thoughts as well. In a bit, we'll also be going to France to, gauge what's the mood in camp is like ahead of the second trial game or the second friendly game in this final preparatory period ahead of the FIFA World Cup. Our man George Addo Jr. will be joining us very shortly. Coach, you've touched on something very important, which is giving these players who played in the last set of games the opportunity to once again remind Ghanaians that we did this and we've got this kind of quality. Unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. Going forward, if you were in Otoado's shoes, what would you have done in this Nicaragua game? To go with a totally new set of players or to maintain that same strategy that you used against Brazil?
For me, I will go for the lineup in the second half.
Okay.
The formation will be back 3. For me, looking at the squad that we have now and the type of players we have now, for me, I think we should stick to our back 3. We should stick to our back 3. But then again, we have to work on when we get the ball and we are trying to go forward. When we are on the ball, I don't see any shape of the team. But off the ball, I can see that is very, very clear that we have 5 at the back, we have 2, and then we have 3 in front of the 2. So
okay.
So for
before
me,
you go on, Coach, before you go on, there's something very interesting that I want us to also touch on: the communication and the telepathy between the goalie and the back 3. Tell me about it. I mean, this one is the whole game because, of course, Wallacott, was imposed throughout the game. What do you make of the communication, the level of communication, and rallying the boys around, in emergency situations and in, dangerous situations?
Hello, Nat, sorry, come again.
Okay, so I was asking about communication. You've been talking about the back 3. You believe that the second half, the sets that we used in the second half should be maintained in this game. And I'm asking about the communication, what you make of the effectiveness of the communication and the telepathy between the back 3 and the goalkeeper.
For me, looking at the back 3 at the moment, apart from Salisu, Wallacott, Jeku, Amate, they've played together for some time now. So I don't think there should be any problem with that at all. I can see the telepathy between the 2 centre back and the goalkeeper. Looking at the situation, I don't see Ghana having too much confidence in trying to play from the back. They always try to skip from the first pressing line and then get to the top. So I did not see Wallacott going on the ball and then try to find their centre back like the Brazilians did with Silva and Marquinhos. Yeah. So for me, I think communication at the back came from there at all because of the collaboration they've had before. Going forward, going forward, I believe we should be against Nicaragua. We should be able to put the ball on the ground, especially when the team is on the ball. We should see the build-up phase. We should see the build-up from the players picking right positions like the Brazilians did. They always push two centre backs up. You can see them together. They are holding midfielder. Is always staying in front of the pocket space and then try front pocket to try and link up with their two centre back. So it makes the game with us high, and then they have in our last line to stretch our team up. That's how come Brazilians break us. So against Nicaragua, we should be able to be very calm. Nicaragua is not at the same level like Brazil, so we should be able to relax and then make sure Otuado have to see what he's passing on to his team. When the team is on the ball and when the team is not on the ball. I am seeing this team to try and have a pressing triggers and try to put pressure on everything we play against, because that's the only way we can dominate. If a team doesn't have pressing triggers, it makes it very easy for the opponent to be able to go on the ball and then make decisions. Look at Brazil. They did not allow us to be comfortable on the ball. The moment they lose the ball, you can see players putting pressure on the ball and try to frustrate us.
Well, Coach Lai Kingston with some technical analysis in there. Another technical man is here with me in studio, and I'm talking about Coach Osman Saidu. Coach, we were talking about the subject of our goalkeeper. I mean, this morning as I was driving to the office, I heard loads and loads of stories. There are those who say, listen, this was a collective defeat, and we cannot blame him too much in the kinds of situations that we saw. I've heard a suggestion that we probably try to make use of the other options in Abdul Manaf and our former number one, Richard Ofori. What do you make of Wallacot's confidence? I mean, you've seen him from the Nations Cup till now when he was given the first opportunity at the Nations Cup. What do you make of his level of confidence and, I mean, where he stands going forward?
Thank you very much, Nat. First of all, let me start by congratulating the Black Stars for being able to keep a clean sheet in a half against almighty Brazil. I think the second half was good. We corrected all the wrongs and were able to make some amends, just that it did not result in a goal. Let me Lai is my boss, he's one of the coordinators for Greater Accra Coaches Association, and he's been so helpful to the association. We thank him. Now let me quickly, before I address your question, let me quickly do some holistic analysis of the team in the first half. So what I am suspecting is that something might have gone wrong before the match, because even the players that started the match could have played better than what we saw. For instance, Partey's, the confirmation that Partey was not going to play the game. Yes, it could, but somebody will tell you then, why don't you fix it? It's not that easy, though.
Okay.
It could. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe they add something. I'm suspecting. I'm not in there, but I'm suspecting something happened before that particular match, and that has led to a lot of things. So, like my senior said, we're defending with 4-1 in the first half. Nothing was happening in all the departments. Now, this was what was happening. Brazil was able to create pressing triggers. So you don't just press. You would have to identify the triggers. Then you press, do the pressing. Then you gain possession. Now, when they gain possession, they also tried to create those pockets, and that resulted in the second goal. You realize that the moment Neymar picked the ball, he has placed himself well in that particular place, was given the ball, and he has already had the vision already, so he knows exactly where the ball was going. Apart from that, they also blocked all the passing lines for the Black Stars.
Yeah.
So you have the ball, you do maximum 1-2, you are done. You don't have to do the third one. It's a well-rehearsed thing they did, and I think it worked for them perfectly. I don't want to believe that they raised their leg, they put their leg off the paddle. It is the Black Stars that rather, improved their game in the second half. That's how come it did not result in a lot of goals. But for me, what is important is I think something went wrong in the first half. Because the first half, with the players that we played, we could have totally have played far, far, far better than what we saw. Now, to the goalkeeper. I think we have a goalkeeping department, and that's not an issue for today. We can refer, I have said this over and over again, we could refer to Olele. since Olele, we've not gotten a very composed goalkeeper for the Black Stars. I'm not saying they are not good, but really, and I'm not saying this because Lai is here. I'm saying this because his brother is a very good goalkeeper. Now, we've not gotten a very good goalkeeper like Olele. But look, mistakes happen in football. Ask the technical men. In every excellent goalkeeper will make at least a major mistake in 4 matches. In every 4 matches, a goalkeeper that you know is very good is expected to make a major mistake. That could have led to some of the goals that we conceded. But hey, for communication, I think it can improve. And I think the essence of this exercise is to try other players. I would be extraordinarily surprised if we keep Wallacott in the post in our next match. We should have another keeper to try him. I think he's not that bad, but we could be better in our goalkeeping.
Hasn't he shown enough confidence, you think?
Yeah, it's not about the confidence. For me, it's about the department. I don't want to look at Jojo Wallacott as an individual. I want to look at the department entirely. What's happening in the defensive setup? Look at Odio. Look at what happened to him in the first half. It was virtually dead. What was Rahman doing? Rahman was like, everybody would have thought, what's happening to this man? But when he was pushed up front to go and play the left wing back at the left side, he started participating in the game. So it was a problems in the setup. And that's what we should also do. So like Senior Lai said, Ghanaians, we are afraid of starting from the defensive line, and I don't know why. Even though in this particular game, it's not our fault. It was the Brazilians who forced us not to start from the defensive line. They forced us not to start attack from back because they were doing what we call high pressing. They were pressing very high. So at a particular point, they were just standing their trap. And then 2 players were here. I hope you remember the scene. Exactly. And the keeper could not have passed the ball. You have to send the ball in. So it was rehearsed something. But we need to do something about our goalkeeping department because it plays a major role in how you start your play. And if you do not start with the goalkeeping department, then you would also always have to balloon the ball. Anytime you balloon the ball, it's a 50-50 ball for your opponent instead of having the confidence to play from the back and go and score.
Well, just remember that we're here on the Joy Sports Link on Joy 99.7 FM, 0302216541. Later on, we'll activate the phone line so that you can join us. But in the meantime, 055-1111-997. 055-1111-997. Coach Lai Kingston, you did miss Partey a great deal, didn't you? Especially considering that is the department of the game from where you have emerged. And we know that in terms of rating and in terms of weight, Thomas Partey stands above all the other players in camp. Can you kindly unmute, please, Coach?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Very well.
Yeah, it's a very huge miss for the whole team and Ghanaians as well. We all know Partey's potential. We all know what he brings on the table when it comes to Ghana Black Stars. So when I was in the studio, when I heard the news that he's hurt, he felt something during the warm-up. I was so down because I know he's the one that can stabilize our midfield. We'll be holding the midfield for Dede Ayew and Kudus Mohamed to be able to go forward. For me, I think it's a big blow. Then again, I will say that we should have investigated him well before inviting him to the camp, because you know that he's been out for some time. He just played, I think, 60 minutes for Arsenal, and then international breaks comes, and then he has to leave to go and honor his country. For me, I will believe that he should be able to start from the bench and then come on. But hey, Partey's presence in the squad would have helped the Black Stars yesterday because of the way he carried himself on the pitch. And if you look at Partey now, I think we have to start building the team around Partey, because he is the one that he holds the medal. A whole Arsenal, you can see if Partey is not in Arsenal midfield. Arsenal have lapses in their squad. So it was a very big blow for Ghana, and I wish him well. I hope he recovers very quickly. He shouldn't force. He should just take his time, take care of himself, and World Cup is just around the corner. Take care of himself so that he will be 100% fit for us during the games in the World Cup.
Now, let's quickly take these messages that are coming from... one of them is coming from Notido, actually. It says, if we are rebuilding our targets and deliverables, should be reset then. Okay. The same pundits who say we are testing and rebuilding will ramp up inordinately high expectations. Now, it puts undue pressure on our players, and you can't blend and harmonize on demand, in my humble opinion. Discipline didn't look at it at all, even from Captain Dede Ayew. Lastly, the first half part game was not it. Let's not shift the post. Okay, that's coming from Notidwa, who's the host of Ultimate Health here on Joy 99.7 FM. This other one from Notidwa says, I understand why Otto Addo started with loyal players, but I am not happy with the choice of loyal personnel, the loyal personnel that he started with. Afina shouldn't have started against Brazil. I wouldn't have played Bukari on the right and Jordan up front with Dede on the left to start with. And what's this thing with Babara Mantu? Gideon has been solid throughout, but never got a look in the game against Brazil. Okay, thank you very much, Nathan Gaduga, as well, for sending that message. Well, we'll be doing some more as we go along. Okay, so it's very clear, and we're going to be getting updates on Thomas Partey's situation because of this sudden injury situation. Obviously, we were very much aware that he wasn't fully fit and had to. There was an arrangement that was even made between Arsenal's medical team and the Black Stars too, so he could manage well. Unfortunate set of circumstances, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a blow. I mean, Partey's exit in the team was a blow to the Black Stars, and nobody can take that away from him, because even in Arsenal, anytime he's not in the team, Arsenal struggles. And that's a fact that everybody can testify. But for me, as a team, when you are in the spirit, Lai can confirm this, when you are in the spirit, you should be ready for anything. When you're on the field, you should not be expecting everything to go 100%. That's why when during training section, you do a lot of alternative training. If this happens, this is what we're going to do. If this happens, this is what we're going to do. And then also, we should have alternatives. Yesterday, Baba Idrisu was, in the first half, our three midfielders, the trials, Baba Idrisu, Kudus, and Dede, they were absolutely missing. They were dispersed by the Brazilian team, which for me would happen in a team. But your ability of the coach to think on the feet and make the necessary strategy and changes that would affect the team positively is what makes a good coach. And Otto have confirmed this yesterday. He watched the game. I'm sure his assistants helped him. Look, we have one of the best technical team ever in the history of Ghana football. All the three coaches are excellent coaches. And for me, I'm so proud because they are all Ghanaians. I'm not against any expatriate coach, but I'm also proud they are Ghanaians. So for me, really, the absence of Partey have affected the team in a way, but it will happen. We don't know who will be affected tomorrow. Could it be Salisu? Could it be Dede Ayew? Could it be Jordan? So we have to prepare and think about alternative. What's our plan B when this happens? That's why we are together. I think one of the things that also affected us so much is the fact that we've not have a lot of play together. That cohesion is not really there. So the trial, Dede Ayew, Kodos, and Baba Idrisu, they've not played together like that for a long time. So the moment they start playing on a day, you don't expect to get them high there immediately. So we need more of those opportunities. And then by now we should also start getting our first startups and then making them play for us to have that cohesion. The Brazilian really, benefited from the cohesion. They know what to do. When Neymar gets the ball, the striker knows where the ball is coming. When he gets the ball, the wingers know where the ball, they know where to start. So when it starts here, they know where the ball will end. Football is really scientific now. Coach Lai can confirm to you. So for me, yes, it affected us, but we could have done better with his absence.
Well, this message is coming from Theophilus or Papa Kofi. He says, hello, Apsu. Nice show with regards to the Ghana-Brazil game. Could it be that the Brazilians were tired or wanted to relax a bit in the second half? And that's why the Black Stars had a chance to touch the ball? Okay. Very, very interesting question. Coach Lai, I want you to tell me, how you felt when you saw the Black Stars team pick up in the second half. I've heard a suggestion like that, well, it was also because the Brazilians decided to just take their foot off the pedal.
As for that one, I don't agree at all. We have to give credit to our coach as well. In sometimes in the football team, you have a team you've planned very well to a game. You have a game plan to the game, but things will not work for you. So you have to adapt and then change. That's why you are not a prisoner to your plans. I will not agree with what people are saying that Brazilians relax a little bit in the second half and all that. We have to give credit to Otto Addo because he got it right. He realized the back four is not helping. He need one more player to make the back three, which the type of players he have, like Salisu, like I said earlier on, we have Salisu, we have Jeko, we have Amate. All three of them are solid at the back, and you can see that when he made the changes of the formation and everything became very easy for us. We were able to contain them. We were able to stop them from getting breakthroughs against us. So I will not say that. I will give credit to the coach. He did very well by changing the formation and bringing the right players in right positions to help us contain the pressure from the Brazilians. Then going forward, like I said, we have to have men when we are on the ball to go forward, go and threaten the opponents as well. We should have breakthrough patterns. We should be able to understand positions that players should be in, number of players that they should be in. When you look at Brazilians, when they are on the ball and they are getting close to our half, you can see clear shape of 2-3-2-3.
Okay. Well, we seem to have lost him momentarily.
So we have a proper clear 2-3-2-3 shape on the ball. So this is something that Ghana have to have. But if people are saying that they know that Brazilians relax a little bit in the second half, give credit to the technical team that they did very well. They find the antidote that can stop Brazilians from causing harm to us.
We've been talking about the subject of Inaki Williams because he headlined, the last set of, or he was the bigger, name in the set of players who were, or the set of players who managed to effect nationality switches to play for the Black Stars. He seems to have won a lot of hearts yesterday through the kind of performance that he saw. Now, I know it's just been one game. In fact, it's just been a half, so he's got a long way to go. But is he the solution we're looking for up front?
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the role he's going to play. I mean, the solution we're looking for up front is we're looking for a Asamoah Gyan up front. So are we going to make Inaki play the role of a Asamoah Gyan? And for me, it was an excellent performance from Inaki Williams. Not only him, Tariq Lamptey also did some good job there. But it's not a surprise for some of us who've been following Inaki Williams. He's such a player. He has the talent, he has the character, he has the determination, and he's serious with his job. So I'm not surprised about his performance yesterday. I really want to believe that what really matters was the fact that what role is he going to play for us? Is he going to be the Asamoah Gyan we needed, or is he going to be operating from the wing? He's going to be that winger that we have missed, that we could not get him. And depending on the formation that we want to play to, I think he has a position in the team. But as to where he's really going to be positioned, we need to look at the second match before we could make that conclusion. So for me, in whatever way we look at it, he has brought in some new spice into our game. And then he can also be the reason why some will be motivated to play very high. For him, he has a lot to gain, because he left gold and came for Ghana, even though Ghana is another gold. So he has to get his gold in the Ghana team. Otherwise, it will not be a very positive move for Inaki Williams.
Kofi Wache has sent this message, and it reads, hello, Nat. All right. Hello, Nat. Our back was not properly organized. Wallacott needs to improve on his organization skills, especially with spot kicks. Okay. So there we go. We had a bit of a chat about him already. All right. So there were others who also, came on and made that kind of impression. Let's talk briefly about Tariq Lamptey. And Mohamed Salisu. And I'll give that to Lai, Coach Lai.
Hello?
Yeah, Coach, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, very well. I was talking about the players who were introduced. Yeah. So we've talked a bit. I mean, Coach talked a bit about Inaki Williams, and I want you to also touch briefly on Tariq Lamptey and Salisu, and what we also saw of them, and what it's looking like for them going into the future.
Yeah, like I said about these new players, all of them that yesterday they came on. I think they helped the team a bit. Talking about Tariq Lamptey, a lot of people was expecting him to start the game. He did not start in the back four, but when we introduced a back three, I think that's when we introduced him on the pitch. Which for me, Tariq Lamptey is a player that will give you a lot of width in the team when he's on the line, especially when he's playing as a wing back. We all saw him with Brighton, the way he's search forward when he's on the ball, he tracks back when he doesn't have the ball. The energy alone that he brings to the team is perfect. Before, when Iñaki Williams was threatening Brazilians fullback, I mentioned that it would be very nice, because of the formation we play, it would be very nice to see Tariq Lamptey coming on, because Tariq Lamptey will go and then help Iñaki Williams to create 2v1 on the side of the pitch, and try to create breakthrough in the wide areas. He is someone that will always be there and then form that triangle on the side to make runs, opposite movements, to frustrate the opponents. And when he came on, you can see one moment he supports Iñaki Williams, make overlapping run. Iñaki Williams put him through, and then he had a shot instead of making the cutback. But with him, with all his experience, this is what I noticed from that situation. He got there, raised his head, and did not see anybody making runs in the box, picking the right spots in the box. There is no one close to the box. So that's why he had to have a shot. But in the proper team arrangement, players making runs in the box, the position that he finds himself in, he should have made a cutback. So with him, with the qualities that he have, I think he brings a lot to the Black Stars team. Salisu, we all saw how robust he was when he's playing in the Premiership. And yesterday, when he came on to, you can see that there was one moment that he had the ball. He's well trained. He doesn't want to just kick the ball, but he's trying to. There are two players on him. He tried to get hold of the ball and find solution, solve the problem. He lost the ball, but he came back with his strength and then regained the ball as soon as possible. And also, you can see the way he reads the lines between himself, Jiku, and Amate. He always keep the line straight. He always push high when it's important. Always dropping to defend in the box, and especially his blocking technique. Blocking technique is not for every centre back. Not every centre backs know how to block the ball well. Block shots in their boxes. Salisu, I think it brings something yesterday. You can see there was a nice tapping, easy tapping for Brazilians, but he was nowhere to be found. He came from nowhere and then have a block. That's when the ball went up the crossbar. So his technical qualities and everything at the back, his inclusion to the back, I think help us a lot.
Okay, now let's do this message as well that's coming from Yawadi. Hello, Nat. I see the spine of the team as Salisu, Pate, if he stays fit, Kudus, and Inaki. So he says that he sees, a quartet. Okay, Salisu, Pate, Kudus, and Inaki. Okay, Wadi Yao, thank you so much for that message right there. Okay, so there's still a lot more to do in looking forward. Of course, we'd have to look forward to the game against Nicaragua and see the best possible way to approach it. But let me just remind you once again that with the virtual Kingmaker jackpot, Ghanaian players can claim up to 1,000 Ghana cedis a week. You heard me right. 1,000 Ghana cedis a week in the current economic circumstances. While the virtual Duke jackpot offers you a daily prize of 125 Ghana cedis. So all you have to do is to place a bet on any of BetKing's virtual league games. So follow the Investors Ahimfie on Telegram to receive daily odds and promotions as well. BetKing, that feeling. And you know that with a series of impressive, innovations to suit the once every 4 years football fan, the Kia Seltos is highly capable of driving you confidently wherever inspiration takes you. And this year, it will take you to Qatar. So with the purchase of any Kia, get the chance to win 1 out of 10 full package trips to the FIFA World Cup in 2022. And whatever kind of fan you are, there is a Kia for you. Visit any Rana Motors showroom in Accra, Tema, Spintex Road, Kumasi, Takoradi, or call 0249 111 444 for more information. And remember, this promo is supported by Adidas, Coca-Cola, Qatar Airways, Caveman, and also running on the NLA Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Kia, movement that inspires. We'll do a message, and after that, we get back to more of the messages that you are sending us, the questions you're asking, and also some more as we look ahead to that very big one against Nicaragua.
I play all my games with the king, cause I be king. The odds are better when you play with the king. For this town, now we there hunting.
Play like a king. Register and bet now to enjoy boosted odds on big games, fast cash out, and up to 1,000 Ghana cedis daily with our Kingmaker jackpot or 125 Ghana cedis with our Duke jackpot. Register and bet with betking.com.gh and stand a chance to win like a king. Terms and conditions apply. That feeling, that's BetKing. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, not for persons below the age of 18. Bet responsibly. Gaming can be addictive.
I play all my games with the king, cause I be king. The odds are better when you play with the king. For this town, now we there hunting.
Play like a king. Register and bet now to enjoy boosted odds on big games, fast cash out, and up to 1,000 Ghana cedis daily with our Kingmaker jackpot or 125 Ghana cedis with our Duke jackpot. Register and bet with betking.com.gh and stand a chance to win like a king. Terms and conditions apply. That feeling, that's BetKing. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana, not for persons below the age of 18. Bet responsibly. Gaming can be addictive.
In a bit, we'll be listening to Coach Otuado's, responses at yesterday's news conference. But let's also take a critical look at this. Notedwa has sent me another message, and he's asking a very important he's asking a very important question about what really our target is and whether it's been communicated properly. Our target for Qatar, what is it that we're looking forward to doing there? That we're going to do well, as we've said in the past, or we're going to do a minimum of a quarter-final performance? We want to get to the semifinals. What is it? What should be our target? What is it? Coach?
I think we have to be ambitious. We cannot be comfortable with just participating. We cannot be comfortable with a group stage. We cannot be comfortable with a quarterfinal. It is possible we can win the cup. I believe that if we play well, we can win the cup. Let's go to win. Those who get out of the group stage are also yearning to win the cup. There is nothing like once we are able to even move from the group stage. No, that's a lazy ambition. We have to target the final trophy, and that should be our aim. And we are going to get it. I have that faith.
Okay. Lai, I don't know what you also are targeting. If you were asked about what you think our target should be, what would you say?
Yeah, I will be like, wherever we got our best performance in the World Cup, our best plays that we placed in the World Cup, my target will be getting close, getting to that place, and then beyond. You know, we're talking about quarterfinals. We should be able to get to quarterfinals and then also push to pass the quarterfinal stage.
I see.
The semi-final. People will be very disappointed, and a lot of Ghanaians will not have confidence in the team. But trust me, the tournament games are different from friendly games. Especially, even the approach alone is different from friendly games and all that. And I've seen teams in their preparation to major tournaments, they've struggled. But when the tournament starts, their performance were different. So for me, I believe that we should be able to pass where we are best positioned in the World Cup history.
But not
Yeah.
Not, there is one comment I want to make, and I want to make this comment with a lot of passion. And that comment is a simple comment that we, the Ghanaian coaches, deserve some recommendation. Because I'm saying this that because I'm so passionate about this comment. A coach like Didi Dramani was trained in Ghana. He's a product of Ghana. He's one of the instructors of our coaches, coaching courses, and he's doing extremely well. Look, if you to talk to Didi Dramani, you could really see that foreign quality in him. He has all the knowledge, and he had all those knowledge, most of them in Ghana here. Lai can testify to this. So for me, it's about time we should start talking about our coaches who were built in Ghana. Even though Otuado and Boateng are all Ghanaians, we should all be proud of them as well. And trust me, the Coaches Association are really taking this high, and then would make the necessary pronouncement when we have to, that one of us is making the magic with the Black Star technical team. Thank you very much.
Okay. This message is coming from Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, who is a former chairman of the Ghana FA and Ghana's ambassador to Serbia, previous ambassador to Serbia. Now he says, "Good afternoon, Nat. I still believe that Asamoah Gyan will be of great help to the Black Stars." Thank you very much. So that's a message that's coming from him. Doc hasn't specified what role, because that is another very key thing that many have talked about, the specific role that Asamoah Gyan can play in the new look Black Stars team.
Let's be frank with ourselves. Asamoah Gyan is one of the perfect players that I can talk about when it comes to the striking role. He's a clinical finisher. He's on touch with the ball. His anticipations are good. His runs are good. He's good with the ball. He's good in the air. He's also a good penalty taker. But there is something we call power in football. You need that power. And Asamoah Gyan will not have that power now because of his age. I mean, how long is he able to train to get to that hits that we want him to play? Lai Kingston can equally play. Sule Mutari is currently, he played in the GPL last season. He's even playing the league. But nobody is saying that Asamoah Gyan is not a good player. No, far from that. But I do not think that is one of the time that we should encourage having people like Asamoah Gyan. Maximum time he can play is 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I don't think that he can give more of what we want. So why do you bench a young, energetic player who can do all the endurance, back to box to box running for you, and come back when he's supposed to defend in a defending shape, go up front, quickly transit? I mean, you can't risk like that. He's not a bad player, but I do not think that we would like. I mean, people talk about Roger Miller, but Roger Miller played a different role than what we are expecting Asamoah Gyan to play now. And in today's football, Roger Miller cannot do what he did years back in today's football. I mean, there's a lot of we've had paradigm shifts that will not encourage players like Asamoah Gyan to fit in the game just like that on the go. I don't know what Lai thinks about this.
For me, my contribution will be it's too late for him now. If I say it's too late, because if not been active for some time now, and then the World Cup is just around the corner. We have just 2 months to kickstart the World Cup. So for me, if not been active as a player, as a Samoan, I have so much respect when you talk about Ghana football, all over Africa and even beyond. You know, we've done so well. We've scored so many goals for the country, but if not been active for some time now. So it's going to be very difficult. And what criteria Ghanaians will stand on and said, okay.
Okay. Looks like we lost contact with him, but yeah, okay.
We have to.
Back. Yeah.
I've been active to be able to hand a call up to the national team because Sule Mutari played actively. So if we are inviting Sule Mutari to the Black Stars.
Alrighty.
Teams. I don't think that Samoan is active, and then it should be called up to it.
All right. Great stuff there. All right. So we'll be taking a listen to Coach Attoh on his responses on specific aspects of what we saw yesterday. There are loads of reactions as well that are on our social media platforms, and we'll be getting some of them as we go along. But let's just take the thoughts of Coach Attoh now.
If you see how many times they scored 3-4 goals, then nobody's ready then. Nobody's ready then to play against Brazil. Brazil is a good team. And like I said, what I'm very disappointed of was the set pieces. And if we take this out, maybe we go luckily with 1-0 into the halftime. I don't know. So, but it hasn't got anything to do with I'm not ready or the players are not ready. I know what mistakes we made. I saw some clips already, and also in halftime. I don't think, to be honest, the third goal was a foul. Also, so it's not only me who's making mistakes. Maybe also the referee. I don't know. So a lot of mistakes everywhere. It could be. I think what determines my decision will be the next month, the performance of the players in their clubs. Then also, it's about how Portugal plays. It's not only about how we play. We need to see how the opponent plays and which position and defensive and offensive position will fit to their style. And like I said, I think also I made some mistakes today, and I can learn from this, and we will hopefully improve on that.
Okay, so. There it is. He says that, he saw the Brazilian team, a very composed and a very ready side. And he says that the Black Stars are also a ready side, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I was saying, that there is nothing like we're going past beyond the group stage or we want to get to where. We're going in for the kill. We either get it or we don't get it. But right from the word go, we are aiming to win the World Cup. And that is possible. Let's work towards it. The World Cup is not meant for anybody. There is always a first time. And for the first time, any African team is going to win the Black Stars, the World Cup. I want it to be the Black Stars. And it's going to be the Black Stars, and it's going to be in 2022 Qatar. I have that belief. Let's work towards it. We want to win it. There is nothing like we want to go out of the group stage or what have you. I am going in for the kill. We have what it takes to win. Let's go for the kill.
Before we bring in, before we bring in George Addo Jr., who's there on the ground with the Black Stars, preparing, the game against Nicaragua. Obviously, we've talked about how we'd want to approach it, and it looks like there's a unanimous, thought about having the squad in the second half start the game and having them, represent what we want to see as our starting 11. How would you expect us, Coach Lai? How would you expect us to approach the game against Nicaragua, considering how we started off against Brazil and all of that?
first of all, we need to approach the game differently. Unlike the Brazilian against Brazil, that we give them too much respect by sitting and then waiting for them to get to us. And against Nicaragua, I'll be very glad to see our team starting from the whistle. They are attacking, they open up and then go and play football. When they come to formation, the formation of 4-3-3 against Brazilians, I don't think it will be okay for us to use that against Nicaragua. The second half formation, which is 3-5-2, or you can call it 3-4-3, help us a lot. You can see even against a better team like Brazil, we were able to hold them for some time. And also the type of players that we have. The back three suits the team very, very well. So the approach against Nicaragua will be different in terms of formation. Formation, I will go with the 3-back, and then make sure we take the game to them. Unlike what we did against Brazil, like sitting and then waiting for them. We have to see a lot of attacking play. That's Ghana football. That's how Black Stars have been seen. You know, we play total football. We attack our opponent. For me, I don't believe we are good at sitting like Italians, sit and wait and then go on counter-attack or offensive transitions. I don't believe we are a team like that. So we have to open up and play against Nicaragua and make sure we utilize our chances against them.
Well, interesting stuff there. Anything to add about that, the approach to the game against Nicaragua tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm thinking that we should be finalizing our selection or our team, if I want to put it in that way, for the World Cup, because we're in October, the World Cup starts, we're in September, the World Cup starts in November. How many more matches do we need to play? We should be finalizing it now and let them play together for a long time to have that cohesion. So for me, it's a kill in our next match. It should be the best team we want to stage at the World Cup. There is nothing like we're trying anybody anymore. We've done all the trials. We are done with it. If we are trying at this stage, then we have a problem. I'm thinking that we should be finalizing our final team with this particular match, and then from there, we can keep them playing for some time to get that cohesion. That's one of the difficult thing with managing the national team, because you do not really get the time to play for a long time for that cohesion. So we don't have the luxury of still saying that we are trying. We don't have anybody to try again. Who is left? There's no player anywhere again. If there is even any player, we should be sure of his quality, and when he comes into the team, he should fit in it like that, just like that, just with a click, and we are moving forward. I mean, we've seen players being hired in a high team like Arsenal's. They are hired on Monday, and on Saturday they are playing a league match, and they go in there, play as if they've been playing with the team for a long time. That's the kind of players we need now. There is no try Makwe again. We are done. This time is for cohesion. Let's give out our best team that match, and from there we build that cohesion, and we go into the World Cup and we go for the kill.
Going for the kill indeed, making attempts to reach our man George Addo Jr. on the ground in France, so that we can get, his part of it, and so that he can also update us on what exactly is happening with the Black Stars team. Let me take some messages on our socials. Ni Adom says, from what Ghana did in the first half with the players, it shows that Ghana's qualification to the World Cup was by luck. Gabriela Tete has sent this one on my socials, says they have to spend more time practicing as a team to improve on teamwork and coordination, and some very good quality players like Salisu, Iñaki, and Kudus. I think it's a good lesson to start with the Brazil friendly, so we know our real level. We have a good technical team, so I'm hoping that the friendly with Nicaragua would be better. Another one says, this one is from Kwame Sambru. He says, do we ever learn any lesson? We keep doing the same thing over and over again, and we expect a different outcome. Patrick Ted Dasino says, we don't need to wait until halftime to make important changes, else we will take more goals in very serious fixtures than just the first half. As we speak, nobody bothers himself with how settled we were in the second half. The focus is the scoreline. The modern game requires the varying of systems on the go because very good teams nowadays vary their games, in the course of play to show resistance and pressure from opposing teams. The back three seems to be our preferred system now. No need to start with a back four before we switch. Though I must say that some of the teams can conveniently play the back four and win. Okay, there's this other one from P.S. Oakley. He says, let's use the best players and stop who played the qualifier thing. Felix Adai says, nothing. We didn't take any lessons, and we are not going to take any lessons. Our coach has disappointed some of us. We can't afford to be making unpardonable mistakes. Okay. All right. So these are some of the messages that have come in. Let's do some more here. Another one. Okay. Quickly take this one from Ani Osabute. Ani Osabute sends this message. He says, good afternoon. I find Kojo's logic on the two halves with different players pretty odd. You put your best foot forward, and even the coach admitted to that. Okay, so we need to put our best foot forward from the very word go. Thing is, have we really settled on our best foot? That is a very, very big question. We still haven't really settled on our best foot. Let's activate the phone lines now and get your thoughts so that you can articulate your thoughts. We're having a little difficulty crossing over to France, where George Addo Jr. is on ground to tell us what's been happening, especially with the situation with Thomas Partey and whether we are really going to see him do anything at all in the remaining two games. So 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Joy Sports Link.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm great.
Well, you put your best team forward. I mean, this thing about public relations for the coach, I don't know where this is coming from.
Hello, can you hear me? Unfortunately, we lost you there. If you can just get back to us, I'll be glad. But just remember that with the virtual Kingmaker jackpot, Ghanaian players can claim up to 1,000 Ghana cedis every week. And that includes this week. While, the virtual Duke jackpot also offers a daily prize of 125 Ghana cedis. So it means that with the virtual Duke jackpot of BetKing, you can actually win 125 Ghana cedis today. Now, all you have to do is just place a bet on any of BetKing's virtual league games. Follow Investors Ahimfie on Telegram to receive daily odds and promotions. BetKing, that feeling. Let's get on the phone line again and speak to our next caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Nathan. Hope you're doing well.
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Please go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ajman, just a continuation.
Okay, great. Ajman.
I think playing Brazil is never a mistake. I mean, Brazil is a huge task. And when you need to try your players, that's where you have to go. But my problem is, as a coach, you have to have a plan B. Fine. Partey's injury, no one can help it. But, I mean, is he telling us that nobody can play, if not exactly like Partey, closely like Partey? Because if you can't attack, you need to defend. Now, you can't blame our strikers because the supply was not coming. And look at the right. Dennis Odoi playing the right fullback, giving enough space for Junior, the guy, Bishop Junior, to operate. So at the end of the day, Brazilians had enough flow. They were playing without any pressure. I mean, the midfield was broken. You understand? So to me, I think it's about time that you have to put some players who can start well, because Brazil strategized, and after 3 goals, they relaxed. We wanted to be serious on second half, but that time it's gone, it's finished. So I think it's about time that you have to bench somebody like Jordan. That will come with 4 of them rather than starting him. We need to back up.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ajiman Joseph. 0302-216-541. 0302-216-541. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you too. My name is Abraham from Medina.
Abraham, please go ahead.
Okay, so I clearly understood what the coach wanted to do yesterday. he started with the guys that qualified us so that with the cohesion they already have, they were able to play the match well. But the Brazilians were far better than that. And the changes he made in the second half was also very good. But moving forward, I think that we should use the team we used in the second half to play our matches, because Brazil came out with the best of their team. They did not underrate us at all. And then also, I think we should let somebody like Asamoah be part of the team, not necessarily to play, but to give the team morale and to support them, because we need guys who have been there to support the team. You understand me? So that is my contribution for
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that last point goes to buttress an earlier point by Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo about having Asamoah Gyan within the Black Stars setup. Okay, let's do another phone call. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Thank you for joining us on the show.
Papa Bisu calling from Accra.
Okay, Papa, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome, my brother. I'm looking at the setup right. I believe the goalkeeping department has a problem. I don't know whether the covering up wasn't that good, but still, Wallacott seems to be a suspect. Are you with me?
Yes.
Then again, if I look at the forward lineup, right, I believe it's about time for the Ayew and Jordan Ayew to sort of relax a bit. They can come in as a swap. We have a lot of people right now that are very aggressive. You know, football is not a ladies' game. It's not a ladies' game at all. We want aggressiveness, you know.
Well,
aggressiveness, then, you know.
Okay, I'll prefer you put that analogy a little differently.
Why?
Well, when you say football is not a ladies' game, you know.
When I say it's not a ladies' game, we have ladies' game. That is when the women are playing.
Okay, so please be specific. And
I'm
sure you know why
that
I say that, so that we don't sound.
Okay, for instance,
sexist.
we're talking about football for men now.
Yeah.
Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
If we are playing the national team, I mean the male team, I get my point. There's a need for you to be manly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Manly. Are you with me? Then very aggressive to have that speed as well. In modern soccer, you don't just relax and say that you are waiting for the ball to come to you or whatever. Are you with me? That's what I just want to say. So, are you and the brother? I believe they should come in as sub, not as to start from the scratch. That's what I'm trying to put across. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Little clarification I wanted to make there. We have things that we say in our Ghanaian lexicon and our informal terms and all of that. But when we're addressing serious issues such as this, we need to, separate them and make sure that we're also communicating things that we use as jargons and all of that, so that we don't come across as being insensitive. That's what I wanted to put across. Let's take the final call. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Benjamin Adenta back.
Thank you.
The point I was making was to the fact that we're supposed to be serious and not say that we put our lesser players forward when we're supposed to be serious. Because you are spending huge monies on these players and we expect them to produce results. We cannot underrate ourselves. There were teams that went to the World Cup, was it the Czech Republic, if I remember, and they pulled a surprise, to the world, that they were even underrated. So today's world is different. We're supposed to be serious. We're blaming the goalkeeper, which I disagree. The blame ought to be on the coach, that is supposed to control his terrain, the defense, and blah, blah, blah. Please, I watched the match yesterday. It was a disappointment, totally. And the goalkeeper cannot take the blame for the disappointment that happened yesterday. Now, the argument now is let's change the keeper, let's change the coach. That is what people ought to be saying. But at this time, maybe it is too late. Oh, yes. I mean, when I watched the match yesterday, I'm not a coach. I wouldn't even field those players to begin the game. I have read about all the players that the Black Stars, they call up, all the players. and you're supposed to fill those you used for the second half. That is what you do. But here's the case that you were trying them. We will return this thing. We'll go to the World Cup. First game, we were trying. Second game, we were defeated. We were trying. We'll be trying until when? This is the time to be serious. And the litmus test is now on the next match, because Brazil is deemed to be FIFA's number 1, and we are number 60. Therefore, that argument is be played out. Wouldn't we learn? It's the same old philosophy within our public sector, where enterprises, the CEOs of enterprises, somebody make $1 billion loss. You also come and make $800 million loss. They'll say, "Oh, you've done well." No, I think we should be serious as a country, and football is something we all love. And we're supposed to ensure this thing works, because we are investing a lot of money in these players. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you. Thank you so much for the thoughts. There's a caller we've kept on the line for a little bit, so would take about 40 seconds of his thoughts. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, unfortunately we lost him there. Gentlemen, the conversation was hitting fever pitch with all the very passionate thoughts coming from our callers. But we're wrapping up. We have to do a bit as well on the biggest game in the Ghana Premier League. Unfortunately, and I'll have you address this, Coach. Unfortunately, we have such a big game around the time when the Black Stars are also playing such a crucial game, and I do not see the coordination between the Premier League committee and the Ghana FA's, the Black Stars Management Committee, so that the scheduling should have been done,
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, a league that we grow in, a league that we want to sell to the world, a league that the best match we can even think of in terms of supporting. Why should we mix this league with the Black Stars match? This league is enough qualified to shift the Black Stars match to another day. I don't have all the facts, but I think something could have done about it, because really, if we are really marketing our leagues, then we are shooting ourselves on our feet, right direct in front of us. Now, who is talking about Accra Hearts of Oak and Kotoko match? Which media? I've listened to all of them. All concentration is on the Black Stars, there's nothing wrong with that, because you can't talk about Black Stars and Accra Hearts of Oak. The Black Stars will swallow Accra Hearts of Oak. However, we should have planned in such a way that we would not play our friendly match around this time. Or better still, come out and say, look, this is a serious match, and Ghana, all of us are yearning to do this, blah, blah.
So we
reschedule the match. Only that match, we reschedule it. Or the week, we reschedule it. I mean, that's how come we can manage our, Ghana Premier League to the world and to Ghanaians as well.
Coach Lai Kingston, I'll give you the final word. I remember, the last game that you played in Kumasi, in a Hearts of Oak jersey against, and the kind of buzz that you brought into the stadium when you did that full lap. I don't know if you remember as well. You did a full lap. I think you were still in dreadlocks at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. Hearts of Oak and Asante Koto's game is always a big game in the country. It's always a big game. And then again, I agree with you that I don't think it's fair on the league that the national team will play is around the same time that this big game is coming up. But then again, for me, I'm a technical person. I'm not an administrator. They know. I know they have their fixtures. They are aware of the situation at the moment. So for me, I don't want to tap on that too much. But what I wanted to say is the game itself. Arts Kotoko game is always a big game for every player. I'm sure Kotoko players and Arts players are ready they will be ready for the game, and they would like to come and play their hearts out. It doesn't matter which team is in top form. It doesn't matter which team is not in form. That day, that the team that performs well will carry the day, and players will be eager to come and perform well, so that their fans will also be supporting them still or love them more. Arts and Kotoko fans, you know them. You know the rivalry between these two. I'm sure they will come. I know Kotoko fans are not happy because they exit the
CAF Champions
CAF
League. Yeah,
Champions League. Yes. So I know they are not happy, but trust me, a game against Arts of Folk, the fans will still come because they love their team and they don't want to watch Kotoko losing to us.
Very well, very well. Thank you so much, Coach Laye Kingston and Coach Osman Seidu. Thanks so much for all the varied thoughts and the technical conversations that we've had this afternoon. And of course, just before we wrap it up, would say congratulations to Leslie Carl Niama Ama and your wife Efua Atayok. You're getting married today at Christ the King. Leslie, he's an Infantsipim old boy, and all his Infantsipim brothers are rooting for him today. So Romanus, congratulations to you. We're going to be there to support you. And of course to our boss, Mr. Abdullahi Awudu, who's burying his father today. We say our hearts go out to you one more time. And we love you. And so George Quay is here in the studio. And George Quay, he's driven a Kia before. He's bought a brand new Kia before. So all you need to do is also make sure you buy a brand new Kia and you stand the chance of winning one of the 10 full packages to Qatar for the FIFA World Cup. What kind of fan are you? If you are any kind of fan at all, there's a Kia for you. Visit the showrooms in Accra, Temas, Pentex, Kumasi, Takoradi, or just call 0249-111-444 for more information. Remember, this promo is supported by Adidas, Coca-Cola, Qatar Airways, Caveman, and is running on the NLA's Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Kia, movement that inspires. And of course, today, Showbiz A to Z will surely inspire all of us.
Yeah, man. Kia, the way that my condition, they chill, eh?
They chill,
eh? Why do you think,
Philip? You never gave me a ride. It means that you have to go and buy a new Kia.
Yeah. No. Well, I'll speak to the guys at Rana Motors, Mr. Sigbifia and the rest of the team, Kujo Damenya and the rest of the team. They'll sort us out because Charlie Dama Aces, and they've got some very beautiful ones. Economical too, Charlie. They have some nice SUVs with very low consumption. So I know what changing.
Charlie, but later this afternoon, so later in the evening, we're making a date with you, and also the Global Citizen.
Yes, Global Citizens is happening
on
tonight.
The Prime channel.
Exactly. I mean, Asha Raymond. Which is your favorite Asha Raymond tune? Last Monday, Late Night Express, we dedicated it solely to Asha Raymond. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. There's a track from his